guys. Make some noise for Charlotte Wright. She's been with us for 2 years now, walking the streets.
So we're at Trafalgar Square. I've left the Palestine demo just to see what's going on around here. I don't know what this is. Okay, it looks like it is a protest for those injured and bereaved by the COVID vaccine.
Everyone is so supportive and the crowd recharges.
Over there, I don't know if you could see, there's the crazy Iranian Astra movement.
To my in-laws and to you all for allowing me to speak once again. For those of you who may not have heard our story, I lost my husband, Dr. Stephen Wright, Anne and Richard, their son, to the Astra Zeneca vaccine in Jan of 2021. We believe he was the first to die in the UK from this vaccine. We didn't know it was a vaccine at first. They told us it was a stroke. Even when we questioned them in the hospital, they recorded his death and issued a full death certificate stating natural causes. It took us over 2 years of fighting, emailing, phone calls, anxiety and stress to get the coroner's court to hold an inquest to recognise what my husband actually died of. 3 weeks ago, a senior coroner concluded what we've been saying all along and changed his course of death. His death certificate was reissued from a natural death to an unnatural medication-related death. Astra Zeneca is now under the causation after all this time. We also found out that previously his death was recorded as an unvaccinated death because he died within 14 days of having the jab. His symptoms started 9 days after his first dose and he died on day 10. So my question is, how many more lives could this have happened to if I'm only getting this proof in writing 2 years later? Andrew Bridgen MP, who you know is here today, stood up in the Houses of Parliament and called on the government to make a statement and release details of other cases where people died within 14 days of vaccination. We want them to admit that these deaths are happening. My husband is proof that they're not even being recorded properly. How many more natural, unvaccinated deaths have been recorded where people wouldn't have even thought to question it? The government has so much to answer for. And they'll get their chance. Face to face with me and my in-laws. The day will come when they will have to look me dead in the eye and tell me my husband died of their choices, because we will see them in court. We are suing AstraZeneca and the government, and I can publicly say that my lawyer, Peter Todd, has done this before and won, and he will do it again. They will say sorry to my face. Of course, I want them to pay, but more than that, I just want a sorry for everything they've put us through. Sorry for not being there when their choices ripped our world apart. Sorry for our youngest son losing his daddy at the age of just 14 months and our eldest just 7. Sorry for the lies and fear they spread. Sorry for the division they caused across our nation. Sorry for the rules they inflicted upon us that meant my in-laws never got to spend their son's very last Christmas with him whilst they partied in the dark. Sorry for my eldest son having to be at school where they might start injecting his friends with the same poison that killed his daddy. Sorry for the silencing, sorry for the gaslighting, and sorry for killing the love of my life. Truth be told, sorry will never be good enough. I need to go and I'd like to say something now. Okay.
I can only add to what Charlotte has said. They took away our son. They said it was safe and effective. They took him away from his children. And we'll never forgive them, and we want them to say sorry. Thank you.
Maybe massive round of applause for Charlotte and Anne, please. But they said sorry is never going to be enough. We know what's happened. We know that they've committed crimes against humanity, and we know it wasn't an accident. We can't pussyfoot around it anymore. These people need to be tried. They need to be tried for the crimes against humanity. He's already here. There's no introduction now I can possibly do. Okay, this man who needs no introduction, clearly, he's one of 650 MPs that's speaking up in such a way, and that he's lost his job. He's been fired, have you, from the Conservative Party, but he's still an MP and he's still working hard. Make a massive round of applause for Andrew Bridgen.
I want to hear.
I've got to hold the mic.
Good afternoon, truth be told, and first of all, can you please show your appreciation to Fiona? Let's face it, she's a diamond. Now, there are apparently some charitable buckets going around. These events don't organise themselves. It's all down to Fiona, and anything you can do to help would be much appreciated. Now, let's have a look. As I look across this square, I see the lions, and they remind me that the truth is like a lion. I don't have to protect the truth. It's a lion. It can look after itself. All we have to do with the truth is to set it free. That's what we have to do.
Make some noise, guys. This is about making noise. Let's annoy the police.
Now, as Fiona said, I'm one of 650 MPs. There's a handful of MPs speaking out. A lot more than that know what's going on. Some are compromised, some are scared, some know and think we're not going to win, and so they won't sacrifice their career for what is the truth. But the truth will be told ultimately. You can't keep a lid on this indefinitely. The only mitigation I can give my colleagues is, you know how much propaganda has been used on the people. Can you imagine what propaganda has been used on the MPs for the last 10 years in that place? And they are coming around slowly. They're coming around slowly. I came into politics and I thought we were legislating for the people, to make your lives better. What we've got now is a parliament that inflicts laws upon the people. We don't legislate for the people anymore. The power is yours. The sovereignty is yours. It's not this generation or that parliament to give away sovereignty to the WHO or anybody else. We know that from the referendum. You're going to have to take back control. There's no doubt about that. Now, I'm actually feeling a little bit intimidated today, and the reason why is, it's not that I'm not used to public speaking, but for the last 6 months I've only ever spoken to an empty room. I had the pleasure of going over and speaking at a conference 3 weeks ago in Norway, and ever since I've been wearing this very large paperclip. The paperclip was invented in Norway before the Second World War, and at the end of the conference the Norwegians presented me with this paperclip, and it's what the Norwegian people wore during the German occupation as a sign of resistance, and the paperclip now is a sign of a resistance to oppression. They said that they hadn't got any members of their parliament willing to speak out, so when I speak in my parliament, I'm speaking for the people of this country, I'm speaking for you, I'm speaking for the people of Norway, and I'm speaking for the whole of humanity. That's a huge responsibility, but it's also a huge point of pride. I will never give up. The truth will be told. and those with blood on their hands that they will never be able to wash off. And they've doubled down because at the end of this month they've approved the Moderna vaccine for children down to 6 months of age. Moderna is the worst of all the vaccines. It's 1 in 662 of those children will have a severe adverse event which could include death. There are no healthy children of that age that have ever died from coronavirus. It's indefensible, and I'm going to oppose it every time I'm going to speak to my colleagues. The truth will be told, the truth will come out. Keep fighting, we're going to win.